Since I've been a part of the Diablo 4 community, I've heard non-stop about how good some creators are who's been around a decade or longer when it comes to the Diablo 4 series. However, whenever I visit their pages, they always release the same cookie cutter upheaval build. I've been a bit reluctant to release this build, but in this video I'm presenting to you a completely new build that takes advantage of different synergies that you probably haven't considered before. This is my Berserking Brawler build. Now this isn't going to be a league starter, but it will be extremely fun once you get a little bit of gear. Before we begin though, I will be streaming the Server Slam on launch on my Twitch channel, which will be displayed on the screen. Head on over, follow me, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I can't say I'll be focusing on 20 upheaval builds, but you can expect interesting builds and information for the launch and beyond of Diablo 4. Alright, let's begin. Alright, we're on the point section of the build, and just keep in mind for the people who are looking at this video that this is going to be a little bit longer than my previous videos because this is a completely original and new build, so it's not going to have a lot of the same elements that's in other builds, so just be aware of that. So we're on diablo4builds.gg. This website's awesome. They don't have a Paragon board, but we're going to use this from here on out because it's much better. Alright, so in this build we're using Bash to start off with. Bash has a really good lucky hit chance, but it will stun enemies when you hit them 4 times. We get Enhanced Bash, which makes enemies, you get Fortified when you're damaging a stunned enemy. And then you get more Fury whenever you're hitting a stunned enemy with Bash. This is for good Fury generation and stun. Stun is very synergistic in this build, and you're going to have a ton of stun. Next, we're getting Endless Fury, mainly because we don't want anything here, because we're not using a core skill at all. We're getting Endless Fury because we need it, and we're going to be using two-handed weapons anyway. So why not? Next, we're getting Ground Stomp, and we're getting Rally Cry. We're maxing out Ground Stomp. Now, I bet you're wondering why, and we want to do this because of our synergies, but most importantly, because we want our cooldowns lower, okay? We want to get Enhanced Ground Stomp to make the duration longer, to keep them stunned. This guarantees a stun, by the way. But you can see there's more stun here. Tactical Ground Stomp will generate more Fury. We want more Fury. Rally Cry. This is very common on my builds. You want Unstoppable, and you get Tactical Rally Cry for more Fury generation. Simple enough. Alright, this is where it gets different from every other build. We're incorporating Kick. Alright, we are maxing out Kick. The reason for this is 1, cooldown. 2, we want to make sure we get Vulnerability with Enhanced Kit. And then on our third one, we want to get additional, well, this will consume all your Fury. You don't have a core skill. So you're going to have full Fury at all times because you're going to be generating it. And this is going to consume it, and every 10 points of Fury is going to increase the damage by 20%. But it doesn't knock back anymore, but that's fine, who cares? Because we're going to kick the shit out of them, okay? And we have 2 charges of this. So once we fill up, we're going to kick them, and then we're going to fill up again and kick them again. As you can see, we got more brawling skills. So, charge. Charges makes you unstoppable. It makes you rush forward, which is going to give you mobility and makes you stronger, less likely to die because you're unstoppable. So you have 2 ways of doing it. Knocking enemies into the terrain will stun them, which means you have another stun. And then reduce the cooldown by 3 seconds, which is great. And this is why we're choosing not to max this one out over the other ones, because this one has built-in cooldown reduction, which hypothetically we would get things to lower it in the future. But at its base, we're going to prioritize Kick having a lower cooldown than Power Charge, and there's a reason for it, but we'll go into that in a second. We want Leap because mobility, and most importantly, it's another brawling skill. And then we're going to have Enhanced Leap, and then we're going to have Power Leap. Again, it has a cooldown thing, and then it gives you more Fury. But also, the big thing is here, Aggressive Resistance, Battle Fervor, and Prolific Fury. This gives you Fury generation, this gives you increased Berserking duration, and then this gives you damage reduction while you're Berserking. With this build, you are constantly Berserking. You are never not Berserking. So this is super synergy, and because of Battle Fervor, it really pushes it. Alright, we're going to get to the aspects. Stick with me. I know this looks like how the hell we deal damage with Kick, but you'll see in a second. Pit Fighter. I love Pit Fighter. It gives you damage to close. You're always close. And then this is going to give you a crit chance for immobilized, stunned, or slowed enemies. You're always stunning everything. You're not getting any Weapon Master skills. You could use Death Blow early, to help you with like damage and stuff, but this is more tailored towards like when you're gearing up at the end. You're not getting any ultimates. Yes, no ultimates. You're getting Tempered Fury and you're getting maximum life whenever you spend 100 Fury, because you're gonna just burn your Fury every time you kick. And then you want Wall Up and then Concussion. This is gonna help you with stuns, and you're gonna be using a two-handed weapon anyway with Bash. And then Bash has decent lucky hit, so you'll be able to stun fairly reliably. Lastly, we're getting Unconstrained. This is going to increase your Berserking damage by 25%, as well as prolong the duration, which means you're definitely going to maintain permanent Berserking and have more damage. Alright, that's it for the skills. Hope you guys are following me so far. There's stuff you can add to it, but priority is maxing out Ground Stomp, maxing out Kick, and then afterwards maybe Charge, but you're going to go for brawling skills on your gear anyway, so it doesn't matter, because you want brawling skills to be good. Alright, on to the aspects, because this is very important, right? Aspects of Giant Strike. This is going to reduce the cooldown of Leap, which makes it have a higher uptime. You're going to be leaping anyway, but you're going to have other ways to reduce this anyway. But we want this on the helmet. I mean, it doesn't matter where it's at on the helmet or other parts, but that's what we have. Next is Aspect of Bull Krotos. This does, whenever you're leaping, you create an earthquake. And this is why we want leap cooldown low, because we want to create this earthquake. You'll see why. You're going to do damage over time, but while you're studying an earthquake, you gain damage reduction with this, which is great. It's going to give you some good way of sustaining and not dying, and then it's going to create earthquake. Now here's the other thing with it. Ground Stomp creates an earthquake as well, and it does the same thing, but while you're standing in earthquake, you deal 15% increased damage. Keep in mind, it doesn't say specifically whenever you use Ground Stomp and you stand in an earthquake, you get this. It says as long as you're standing in an earthquake, you get these conditions. So as long as these aspects are on your gear, you get these conditions at all times, at least the damage reduction and the damage increase. So you get two really good synergies here straight up. And it uses skills that you're actually using, which are brawling skills, right? Makes sense. Alright, this one. Enemies damaged by your kick or charge will explode. This is going to help you with clear. I'm not sure if we're going to keep it at this slot, but it deals damage to surrounding enemies. This is just going to help you with AoE clear. You have decent AoE with charge, you have leap, you have kick, you know, Ground Stomp is going to do stuff. You have decent AoE, but this is going to really push your AoE to the next level, because you're going to be kicking and you're charging, right? Alright, next. This is just for defense. Honestly, with the build, you can go with Aspect of Numbing Wrath. Honestly, I think Aspect of Numbing Wrath is better, but they're both fine. It doesn't matter. Here's where it gets interesting. Damaging an enemy with Kick or Ground Stomp resets the cooldown leap. And that's why when you see my skill tree, is why I'm reducing the cooldown of Ground Stomp and Kick over everything, right? Because this one has 2 charges, so that's obviously going to be good. And then Ground Stomp has good synergies because, you know, the earthquaking, the resetting of the cooldown, and then you're going to have leap resetting constantly, and then you're going to be able to jump a lot, so you're just going to be leaping all over the damn place and killing everything, right? And you're going to be creating earthquakes everywhere. You're going to get damage bonuses, you're going to get damage reduction, you're just going to be jumping all over the place, kicking people into wall and all that crazy stuff. So pretty sick already. Alright, but I know you're wondering, how are we going to sustain keeping this high enough to justify not using a core skill, and that's going to be in these next few. So this one, distance enemies have a 15% chance to be stunned whenever they shoot at you, and then whenever enemies are stunned, you deal 100% increased damage because it's going to be on your two-hand weapon, which means in a lot of your skills are stunning. Like, you're constantly stunning everything. That's like a great offense and a great defense. Honestly, I think Diablo did very well with making stunning like feel good. The stunning is really good. This may not be as good against like bosses, but it doesn't matter because you'll still kill them pretty easy as well. Anyway, while berserking, you deal fire damage every second around you. You could argue this could be in your two-hand slot because more AoE damage, and you're always berserking, so it works well. But this is a little bit more experimental than my other build, so obviously we can play around with this, right? Anyway, This is where another really good one that I don't think anyone talk about in this one, Bear Clan Berserking aspect. Killing an enemy while berserking has a 40% chance to grant 32% increased cooldown reduction to all your brawling skills. So this is already synergizing really well with your late. This is synergizing with your charge, with your kick. So you're reducing the cooldowns of everything, and then you're gonna get cooldown on your gear and stuff, and then you're gonna have plus on brawling skills. So you end up having really high uptime on these things. And let's say there's a unique that gives you like plus to brawling skill charges or something like that crazy. Like this, you'll have almost permanent uptime on these skills, and you're just kicking and beating the shit out of everything. It's really sick. At least that's the plan. We put this in our necklace because that's going to go up to 48%. And this is not a lucky hit chance. It's just 40% chance to whenever killing enemy. It's just what it is. Ground Stomp creates Earthquake. We already talked about that one. You gain Fury per second while berserking. So you're already gaining a lot of Fury from leaping and jumping, because that's why we put the what's it called, power leap on here, because you're leaping, your leap is resetting constantly, and you're leaping all over the place, so you're getting a lot of Fury. This is going to give you more residual Fury, because I feel like this is going to be enough to just sustain you and not be reliant on leap to give you it, because you're already berserking, so why not take advantage of it, right? Next, you have Edge Master aspect. There could be other things that's better than this, but again, you're going to be kicking things at pretty much whenever you have your Fury at max, and since your Fury is going to be high all the time anyway, you're going to get the maximum benefit almost at every time you're kicking at anyone, right? So it's pretty insane. And then we use Rapid aspect. Basic skills deal attack speed, and the reason for this is obvious. We want Bash to stun things whenever we're hitting them, and just make skills go off faster to keep up with our just keep up, you know. So that's the build overall. Like this could work too, vulnerability, because we're guaranteed to apply vulnerability, so this could work too, and it'll give us increased crit strike chance as well, because we have where is it, this one, damaging enemies with kick makes them vulnerable for 4 seconds, which is pretty insane since you're going to have like really high uptime on kick. So that's a good option. Honestly, I think this one's actually better now that we're thinking about it. You just straight up have 15% increased damage to vulnerable enemies and crit. So, yeah. We already improved the build while recording the video. Anyway, that's to look out for. We're going to look for close enemies, damage to close enemies, or whatever it's called. We want really big, +1 to skills, +1 to brawling skills. Maybe some like damage reduction stuff while fortified or something, that could work too. But just basically like close range damage, maybe fizz damage, stuff like that. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this build. Let me know what you guys think. Sadly, we don't have Paragon board, but like I think this is very unique and different. The synergies are insane, and you're gonna just be punching and beating shit out of everything. So honestly think it's dope. But let me know what you guys think, and yeah, I'll see you in the next Diablo 4 build video. Later.